Drop it.
What's going on, you filthy motherfuckers? Part 2. Well, Masterclass. Masterclass was all the rage this morning. We had a lot of fun this morning. We made money this morning. You had people who were printing, and, well, I was printing. And, we go ahead and we just break it down, right? Well, we break down the rules. We make sure you follow the rules. And those guys, they're absolutely following the rules. If you want to upgrade to 3-year, or if you're currently a lifetime, make sure you go ahead and reach out to Diana. Now, this is not lifetime installment plan. This is lifetime, meaning you paid in full, right? So if you're on an installment plan, don't reach out to Diana and be like, hey, yeah, I want. No, you're not going to get access. All right. So, but the 3 years, if you want to go ahead and upgrade to 3 years, go ahead and do that. All right. Let's see. Yep, we made a few beans. Absolutely. So, for those sitting in the back, make sure you go ahead and secure the bag here. So, let's see. Get your 3 years team. Absolutely, STV. Good morning. What's up? Let's fucking go. All right. For those sitting in the back, get your first month for $5. It's just $5. Like, seriously, it's cheaper than Starbucks. It's cheaper than a pack of condoms. And it's like, none of those things are good for you. Well, I mean, one of them is, but still. But you know what I mean, right? Anyways, let's rock and roll. $5. Come on, just $5. First month. Let me prove myself to you. You'll make some bank. Anyways. Let's get right into it. We're going to go ahead and look at the charts here. We're going to start off with the SPY. And the SPY is just marching on up. Okay. Where's AMC 50K? Who gives a fuck? You waiting on AMC 50K? Who gives a fuck, dude? Times change. Things change. You know what hasn't changed? Your underwear, bro. Go change it because you're obviously full of shit. Anyways, back to the charts here. We go ahead and look at 392.45. She's marching on up. I like what I see here, right? Now, we have a rule, and I expressed this rule to those in the Masterclass. So here's a little cheat code, right? Let's go ahead and break it down, right? So if you're in a play and you are not profitable by your fifth candle, just bail. Right? Just bail. For instance, if you took this down and you're not profitable by your first or even your second candle here, you just bail. This candle, you would go ahead and reverse, and you could see here by the fourth candle, you should know if you're in profit, and you just ride this wave up, right? Let's see. What else do we have here? What else do we have? Let's take a look at Speed Racer here. Lucid crossing down. TMR is just riding the 13 with the stop loss. Dope. Lucid went up, then went down. Let's go ahead and see what the big boys are doing. Let's check out
NVIDIA
here. NVIDIA just marching on up. We do have a level here at 242 and change. She's definitely marching on up. There's some of you guys in NVIDIA right now who are just like printing, right? Now let's go ahead and look at AMD. AMD here, doing more of the same, just printing. This is wild, right? So, look at, I'm not saying to be greedy here. I'm not saying to chase. But please don't be greedy. Like, don't chase into this. If you're in, you're in. If you're riding that 13, if you saw maybe the 3 minutes sort of kind of like guided you, or like the 5 minutes sort of kind of like guided you. Oh man, look at this. This, you know what? I'm waiting for the market to settle. Okay. Let's go ahead. All right, we do it one more time. Play it one more time. There you go. That's NVIDIA, even though we're looking at AMD. Now, let's go ahead and check out Tesla. This was something that we covered in the masterclass this morning, right? It was a traffic light to the upside, broke this level here, came up to this level, finally consolidated right at this level. And now we have a traffic light to the downside, which finally broke the 48. So we got to look at the three and see what the three is doing. Is the three trending down? It absolutely is. It's also printing red on the histogram. Let's go ahead and look at the five. Is the five trending down? It absolutely is. And we're seeing weak bullish momentum on the MACD. So it could be expected. It could be expected that she does, in fact, come down to 179.50. Now let's go back to the 1 minute, right? That 48, it finally broke. Will she recapture? On the 1 minute, I only see her recapturing this 48 is if we get the RSI back over 50 here. Otherwise, you're probably slow stepping down, okay? So pay careful attention to this. If you came in on this traffic light, you are in fact printing, congratulations, but you do have a target here, right? Keep an eye on RSI. That's all I got to tell you, right? Can we do an NVIDIA music video with Diana? That's hilarious. All right. Anyways, keep an eye on RSI with Tesla, right? She could just slow step down. Again, she breaks this here, 50, and she's coming back up. Okay. Let's see. Posted my AMD gains in Market Talk. Woo! Absolutely. STV, good shit. But I love it. All right. So looks like Tesla is fulfilling its prophecy of coming on down to this level here. No need to chase. You had a traffic light. It got you in. You identified the 48 as your risk, and you just make that steady move down. Yeah. I love making money. How about you guys? Right. Again, if you're still in this play, please pay attention to RSI. Still trending down. Okay. Now, what happens first? Now, I'm going to stay on Tesla because I think this will be a great teaching moment. Should it pan out? So let's see. She comes down to this level. Okay. If she comes down and she reaches oversold territory, it's a very high probability that she's going to bounce. Okay. Now, whether she becomes oversold here, or it gives us a little more than we deserve and becomes oversold here at 179.07, I do have the responsibility to show you how there's a correlation between levels and the RSI, right? Again, RSI breaks above 50, you're in a world of hurt, okay? She will be reversing. But as it stands, let's see what's happening on the 3 minute. On the 3 minute, you are getting some price reaction to this level. You're seeing how it's definitely showing some sensitivity to this level. And RSI is bearish, below 50 here. You obviously want to see that maintained below 50. And on the 5 minute as well. The 5 minute is getting there. In fact, the 5 minute, if she breaks 50, this thing is going to go period bound. She's going to bleed. She's going to bleed, all right? So let's see what's happening here. That put signal disappeared. All right. I don't know what to tell you here, but I think if you came, let's measure this move. You come here, come even here to this candle. That's a 58-cent move. That's money in the bank. Now you're hitting an area of uncertainty, right? You're hitting an area of uncertainty. The 3 and the 5 has not relinquished its call. Look what's happening here. On the 1 minute, you see the RSI is making that approach back to 50. You don't want to go ahead and fuck around and find out here. You really don't. And yeah, it's this could go either way at this point. You guys see that, right? I mean, there you go. We don't have a crystal ball. We just we read this momentum, right? So Essentially, you could have secured the bag here, maybe re-entered on a retracement here for that continuation. We're going to find out. We definitely have to pay attention to what the 3 and the 5 is doing here, right? Now, the 3, again, nowhere is it showing that it will relinquish its bullish pattern here, right? Not just yet. And then we have the 5-minute, and again, it's just not ready. Okay. Is 30 cents a good buffer when using stop loss strat on SPY? Well, it just really depends on how much you're up. It really depends on how much you're up and what you want to protect. TMR. I mean, the SPY, the spreads are so tight on the SPY. I mean, it's more of like if those 30 points there are going to, if those 30 cents are going to, negate a lot of those gains, I would make it tighter. Does the 15 candle rule apply to the daily and the 4-hour? 15 candle? I don't have a 15 candle rule. You mean the 5 candle? I really think that even for the daily and the 4-hour, I think 5 candles is enough to know if you're going in the right direction. I really feel that way. All right. So, Tesla, this could very well be some consolidation here, right? As you see, you have this level here, and then you have the 13 and the 48 acting as another level right there. So now that you're in a world of uncertainty, you just go ahead and secure that bag. Really, really, really simple. There's no reason to fuck around and find out at this point. Moving along, let's go ahead and see if we have any other alerts. We got Shop to the downside, AMC to the downside. Let's go ahead and look at Shopify. There you go. You know what makes me feel better? Rita and me are both waiting for a traffic light on AMD. Yes, to the downside. All right, so Shopify here. I guess you're getting more of the same. You got that traffic light down. It really didn't get down to this level. However, RSI is bearish. Again, below 50. Right? ADX is neutral. MACD is weak bearish. So, let's see what's happening here under 3. Guys, we're seeing something reminiscent of yesterday, which is just a lot of sideways action, right? The market isn't really moving. It's just another slow day of just sideways action, right? So you're going to go ahead and play it on the 1 minute. Here, you are profitable. If you got a traffic light here, right, you wait for the retracement. Let me show you. Traffic light here, wait for the retracement, establish the 48 as your risk, right? Especially in really, really tight markets, you ideally want to get the best deal possible, right? But good point. At night, you don't want to force anything. You don't want to force anything. For the most part, this market is looking like really, really flat, really, really uncertain. Okay. So there you go, Shop. I mean, she should be making some money here. Jamie Keck says, my format, as far as teaching more, has really made a difference for me. 17 green days out of 20. You are welcome. Let's go ahead and check out Netflix. Netflix, we have a traffic light down. This is a beauty, right? So traffic light down, you wait for that retracement. You see the wick here. You use the 48 and the 13 as your risk, and you're playing her down. As it stands, should you have entered around here, you're up, let's measure that correctly. That's about $1.41 at the bottom of that wick. That means those contracts are beautiful. But then we go ahead and we look at the 3, and we see that the 3 is still guiding us down, a traffic light down. And the 5 is also guiding us down, right? We have a continuation of this traffic light down. But as you can see with the 5, there was a response to this level here at 292.10. So I would say that this would definitely be a level that you respect as you're making that approach. But as being on the 1 minute, you want to pay attention to that RSI. You really, really, really do. The minute you start seeing this thing pop, it's just like, come on, man. It's pivoting up. It's pivoting up at this point. So do you really want to chance it? For me, again, taking profits, it's what I'm all about, right? Just taking profits. There's no reason to fuck around and find out and see, hey, yeah, I'm losing money on my trade. Okay. Can you explain how anyone would enter NVIDIA with the rules in all RSI cooked or okay, let's look at NVIDIA. Josh Hernandez. How would we have entered NVIDIA here? Well, there's a couple of ways, okay? Let's do this, right? Essentially, what we see is some consolidation right here, right at this line here that we established for the guys over in Masterclass, right? And what happened was that we saw that it came down, but it was propped up by the 13, and then we got an RSI push, right? And here we could see that RSI stayed above its moving average. More importantly, the moving average was trending up, which brings us to this level, okay? You have the MACD also trending up. We could then go ahead and look at the 3-minute and see in the 3-minute if we have a break of a level. And you can see here, it does in fact break this level here on the 3-minute as well. And we look at the 5-minute and we could see it break a level here as well. All right. So it's just one of those things where relative to the rules, you're literally just playing momentum, right? And so you have all green time frames agreeing with you. That should just like give you a little bit of confidence making that move. I certainly wouldn't chase. I wouldn't chase on this pop. I would chase on the retracement. I would take it on this retracement here. And just, again, if it's a bad trade, it's a bad trade. And here's the thing, right? Everyone wants to go ahead and find the perfect entry. No one ever really talks about finding the perfect exit. And the thing is, you know, you have to go into a trade and say, okay, look at, I'm entering the trade in uncertainty. How much am I willing to risk on that trade? Is it 5%? Is it 15%? Or are you going to allow yourself the entire 15% relative to the rules, according to the rules, right? So, you know, it's one of those things where if you understand what you're doing and you're essentially playing that rim job, you go in saying, all right, if this doesn't work, I'm out at 5% or 10%, right? Listen, you know, you're not going to hit these plays 100%, but you could always 100% of the time practice proper risk management. Always 100% of the time, okay? So, moving along, let's go ahead and check out nothing here, really, nothing going on the 1-minute. We do see a traffic light down. Here we go. A traffic light down on the 1-minute. You could certainly establish right here. The candle hasn't closed. We want to go ahead and make sure we got a candle close here. But you could enter now if you like, but establish the 13 as your risk. You could enter now if you like and establish the 13 as your risk because you're very, very, very close to it. Right? Winning loser, no trading today. Hey, that's cool. You don't need to trade. Let's see. Let's see. Dum, 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 dum. So, okay, look at you could enter. You were risking it, right? You have that choice to wait for a candle close, or you're entering and you're risking the 13, right? And that's pretty much all there is to it right there. Let's see. There's a level at 153 on Apple. Be careful. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple, we do have a level here at 153 here. Let's see. We do have a level here. And so you might find some consolidation here and or break the 13 to the downside. But as it stands, guys, it looks like the market's trending slightly up. You're not getting a lot of action to force any kind of trade here. And I think for the most part, by 11 o'clock, a lot of you guys should be done. In a market that looks like this, I think a lot of you should be done. Now, is Netflix running? Let's check it out. Netflix definitely playing within this channel here, right here, this level, and the 200 EMA. If she gets a break above, then this could be interesting. This could be interesting. And we got a candle break above here, right? Let's see. We got 40 seconds left on this candle. Let's find out. You do have a level here at 295.60, which it's rejected from before. So, hey, if you got in on this and you're profitable, I got to tell you, secure the bag or be ready to secure the bag. You do have a level there, right? You guys can't be greedy on a day that is just simply moving sideways. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here. You guys would go ahead and something like this with Netflix, you're using the 200, right, to protect your profits potentially, especially if you came in on this traffic light candle up. So you're using the 200 to protect your profits. Obviously, you see RSI pivoting on down. And so the opposite is true. When RSI breaks below this level here, 50, then you're coming on down, okay? So, yeah, you could see that there's obvious price sensitivity in this region. I probably, if I came in and I made some bank, I'm probably just chilling, right? I mean, you have fun on this play, but it's probably not a winner here, right? You're going to get faked out because of that level right there. Anyways. All right, let's catch up to some of the comments here. So, yeah, Nas, Netflix wasn't running. Just to clear that up, right? Let's see, EMA sandwich time. It could very well be that. It could very well be that. So, when we're talking about an EMA sandwich here, we have the 13 to 48 and the 200 all literally just populating this area here, which doesn't really bode well, right? Because then it becomes a binary play when all EMAs are stacked together. So Nas made 16%. And I think what Nas did was saw a level here and then played the RSI up, or he found the RSI breaking its moving average here and then played into a traffic light up to the 200 EMA. And I'm not mad at that. That's dope. Okay. Let's go ahead and check out Google. There you go, Nas. I knew exactly where he played. I just just by telling me, I knew exactly where he played. So yeah, that's some next level shit. That's some advanced level stuff. I'm glad you have that in your toolbox there. Okay, so Google on the 1 minute, just sideways garbage here, guys. More sideways garbage. Like not really too thrilled about any of this. I would stay away from Google, right? ATVI, Activision. You got the traffic light down. Probably got an entry on the retracement here. You took her down. She broke the 48. RSI is now pivoting up. She's showing some strength here in the 48 zone and some price sensitivity there. So I'm not gonna hang on to this. I mean, you got a 13-cent move. Hardly worth my troubles here, man. This is hardly worth my troubles here with Activision, right? You broke the 48. RSI is pivoting up. The 3 and 5 is still showing green. If you're playing shares, maybe this makes sense. As far as like options, I'm pretty sure like the spreads are just horrible, right? And we got a lot of sideways garbage today, right? Let's look at Schwab. Looking at Schwab here. Let's check it out. Okay, so Schwab, again, more sideways stuff, and you have an EMA sandwich here, right? If you're in on this play, on this traffic light, you should have secured the bag at the 200. The 200 obviously is acting as, you see it got rejected here. You see it tried here, rejected here, came up almost here, and definitely not showing any kind of strength above the 200. So if you got in on this traffic light, make sure you go ahead and secure that bag before you lose it. RSI broke beneath this moving average, also broke beneath 50, so now she's dying. Let's see. I believe we do have Amazon and Meta. If we don't, then that's a damn shame. Okay. Again, more sideways action. You had the market direction. Here's the correction, right? We go ahead and look at, let's see, Amazon. So we had the market direction, and then we had the correction. I mean, it happened at around 10 o'clock. I usually say you can find your market corrections usually between 9:45 and 10. This was just slightly late, but hey, market direction, market correction. You guys are going to see this a whole lot, right? If days like today are tough, then you should not be trading. You really should not be trading. Let's look at Tesla. And there you go. Tesla broke beneath this level. Tesla does now have this level. Again, we're looking at RSI here. Were we not waiting for this? We were waiting for this with Tesla for that teaching moment where it did break this level. RSI came here. Price action came here, and you could see how RSI is showing some sensitivity to this level, which is telling me, like, hey, this is where you probably should have secured the bag, and this is where she's probably going to try to bounce. DC Fan for Life got his 1%. Dope. You got stopped out of Tesla twice. Okay, Daniel, were you playing out of the money or at the money? Let's check out Airbnb. So Airbnb had a level approximate to here and here. I didn't draw this lower level, but it did establish itself pre-market. As you can see, you got the traffic light, broke through the 200, came down to this level. RSI was oversold, and it made its bounce off the level and retraced back to the 13. So honestly, if you're in on this play and you made your bank, just be done. After the meat of the move, beyond that, like I'm done with it. Right? I try to get that meat of the move and just be done with it. Because like right now, you're just hoping that it comes right back down to the 200 because you fucked around and found out. But now it doesn't look that way, right? Now it's coming up to its moving average and then it wants to break this 50 and then we get some upward price action because it wants to try to get above the 200. There you go. Uh, I mean, you guys are seeing this in real time. Let's go ahead and look at the SPY. And the SPY definitely bouncing off this level here. You could see how the RSI reacts to it. It's trying to recapture the 48 here on the 1 minute with the SPY. So if you got in on this traffic signal down, you knew that your level was somewhere right here and you were done. Going back to Netflix, trying to break that 200 once again. It really is trying. There you go. She's making an effort here. Absolutely. But am I going to hold my breath? No. Right. Netflix has shown me she's been very, very unreliable in this zone. Right. So I'm not going to hold my breath on this one. Daniel, let's see. Let's go ahead and look at SPY. Daniel, in this situation, traffic light down, you establish your risk at the 13. The game's over for you. The game is just over for you, unfortunately, right? If you come on down, right, and you enter on this candle, your risk should have been to 48. This was a level where you would have made money. But at the very worst, if you came in on this traffic light, that 13 was your risk. And you should be done. Let's see. Gabe, would the smart move be let it break above 295.51? Are you talking about Netflix? I think the smart move here would honestly be right now, if you're broke even from entering on this light because you didn't play the retracement here, right? That's what you're doing. You're playing for break even and then recalibrate your trade. Does that make sense, Nas? In this situation, you went ahead, you took the traffic light, you took this play here, it came back, broke beneath the 200. You should have exited here because the 200 was in fact the risk. Then you see a bounce off the 48. You could establish a new position on 48 on a continuation of the trend. Does that make sense? There you go. Well, congrats. You took 16% profit. Congrats. Let's see. Daniel Mitch. Daniel's hijacking the chat here. So Daniel, can you repost your question once again so I could help you out here? Daniel, where are you? I'm waiting on you. The world's waiting on you. If not, for hold your peace, we're moving on. Let's go ahead and we see AMC crossing up. AMC, let's just take a look. There's really not a lot going on. All right, I'll deal with that in a second with Daniel. We got a traffic light. We have a level. All right, we have a potential cross. We have the 3 and the 5 disagreeing. It's our side pivoting down. Probably not an ideal setup with AMC as it stands. I wouldn't chase into this. Right, you do have that level right there. So I'm not chasing into it. Let's see, going back to the SPY. If you could ideally wait for, all right, Daniel, you could wait for a traffic light back to the upside, right? If you didn't take the bounce off the level here, as you can see, there was a level right there. If you didn't play that bounce with the RSI, then ideally you would want to wait for a traffic light to make that move to the upside. That's essentially it. I mean, you could have essentially, Daniel, you could have essentially waited for, it made its move down and broke a level. You had a level here. You secured the bag. RSI pivots back up. You change the direction of your trade. You ride it up. You got a traffic light forming here with 40 seconds left. You do have a level here at 393 even, right? So that would have potentially become your target from 391.75 to 393, right? But now you have this traffic light. You want to see it hold, right? Because the 3 and the 5 are trending up, right? So you ideally want to play the traffic light to the upside to match the greater trends here. Brian Wong, if you don't know when to play the level bounce, now is not the time to ask the question. Go back to curriculum. We definitely talk about playing entries off of bounce, playing entries off of RSI. We talk about all those things, right? Daily Taylor, thank you. Daily Taylor, thank you. Lord, baby Jesus. Daily Taylor nailed it, right? So your entries on these charts are traffic lights, levels, or the classic 1348 cross. All right. Now, let's go to Tesla. Check out Tesla. And, okay, so Tesla, RSI, bounce, level, breaks through, right? You do have the 48. If you came in and you timed this well with this level, you saw the rejection, literally off this level, breaks through the blue pill line here. You're up $1. You go ahead and secure that bag, right? The market is not showing you any type of clear-cut trend to make money. So you sort of have to go ahead and play with what she's giving you. Now we have a traffic light to the upside. Could it break the 48? Who knows? But if your strategy was to play the RSI bounce through a level, you made bank. There's no reason to fuck around and find out. You made bank. Okay. So, moving along, let's see what else we have. So that's Tesla. Guys, market's just like really flat and boring. But we have Apple up, Q's up, Spy up, TQ's up, and Shop up. Let's do that. So here we have the SPY. We have that SPY traffic light to the upside. You have this level here that you are expecting for it to tap and or break, right? Again, this is where the rule holds true. If you're not profitable within 5 candles, just you bail. Okay? Literally it. Now we have some conflicting information here. We do have our side, which is elevated. We have the moving average, which is attempting to cross 50 here. But Really, really interesting. I mean, it looks like she wants to go up. We're looking at the 3 minute. Looks like she wants to go up. RSI is bearish until it breaks that moving average here on the 3 minute. So let's see. Will she have enough momentum to break above 393? Or does she stall? Let's take a look at AMD. AMD traffic light played retracement, broke beneath the 48 RSI. Definitely getting to oversold territory. Let's see. The 3 and the 5 are saying green. Let's check out the 3. You got a potential cross here on the MACD with the 3. Let's look at the 5. And RSI is coming on down. MACD hasn't quite developed with the 5. On the 5, you're looking for a break of the 13 here. So this is a play in development. Let's go ahead and measure it out. Here you are. That's a 50-cent move at or about. Hey, it's cool. You're going to go ahead and watch this RSI here. For you to stay in this play, you're going to watch the RSI. Now, if RSI gets to a point where it's bouncing, let's see if there's a level here and a reason for it to bounce. We're going to try to find that level. We're going to try to find that level because we found it literally right here. There you go. That's your level. Let's zoom out. Let's get back into the play. Your level has been defined. There goes your level. You see RSI sensitivity to it. You found the level in nick of time. RSI sensitivity to it. Does it mean it's not going to break the level? No. What it means is now your decision making becomes literally binary, right? It's do I stay or do I get out? Because now you have the bit of information that shows you it's a level and RSI is definitely getting into oversold territory, which you might find yourself bouncing, right? So I would just go ahead and secure that bag. Honestly, there you go. There you go. There you go. Look at it's happening. It's happening. It's happening right here. You guys see that? And by virtue of the 3 and the 5 still being bullish, I can't trust this 1 minute move down completely. Right? Can't really trust that 1 minute down completely. Make bank really quick. Does that make sense? Bork, you asked for it. I hope in this and for the whole entire community watching that what I did just made sense. We got 404 viewers. Nice. Nice. Thank you all for tuning in, by the way. It's a slow morning, right? It's just a boring, slow morning. Yeah, 404. I don't even know how many likes we have. Guys, don't be lazy. Smash that like. Okay, so here again, it's this is AMD, guys. This is why I don't like to speculate, right? And I literally just live and die by the charts. You know, I found a level because I felt like there needed to be a level there. We definitely found it. And then we see the reason why you got price sensitivity happening right now. So there's really no reason to go ahead and say, all right, yeah, I'm smarter than the chart, or I'm gonna do something other than what the chart wants me to do. Okay. And there she goes. She's definitely trying to break that moving average. You break that moving average, you start getting your gains chopped into. Roblox about to let's check out Roblox really quick. and Roblox. All right, so this is another great teaching example. Remember, we talked about there's three entries: levels, RSI, or traffic light, and a call or put signal. In this situation here, you see her come down. She established a level, and then you get an RSI bounce. You get that price sensitivity right here from oversold territory. You get the RSI bounce, which leads you into a traffic light, which leads you into a break over the 48 EMA, which then leads you into a call. And this total move here, congratulations. If you were able to see this total move here is 52 cents. Hardly anything like really life-changing, right? But the fact is you made some bank here. Now, are you going to be greedy? Today is not the day to feel like you need to be greedy, okay? Now, the 5 minutes going to go ahead and attempt to make that cross here. Is that happening? It had a candle down, hit a level. Now it's got a candle up. Let's see what's happening here on the 3. Is the 3 trying to print a candle up as well? It may be possible. Now, here's the thing. We got to go ahead and decide on a level most immediately, right? So, I mean, you do have a level at 43.33. This could be a potential target, especially if the 5 goes green and the 3 goes green, right? So then we have Spy on the way. Let's see. Spy on the way to 394. Right, just casually moving on up. Good stuff here. Daniel Mitch. All right. Daniel Mitch, the reason why I have a hard time with it is because you're not moving at the speed that the market's moving. And that's a perfect time to go ahead and paper trade. It's a perfect time to paper trade and get yourself up to speed. That's it, right? Again, we talk about 3 entries here with the chart: levels, RSI, traffic light, or call or put. Those are your 3 entries, right? Now, what we see with the SPY is getting hot here on the 1 minute, getting overbought. So we have to go ahead and look at the 3 minute here, see what's happening, right? It's crazy how, like, we drew these levels in Masterclass this morning, and it literally respected every level on the way up. You can't make this up. You really can't make this up. For those who weren't in Masterclass this morning, you literally saw these levels and you knew. You just knew. Okay? So, here we go. On the 3 minute, we're also seeing the RSI wanting to cross over its moving average here. So it's bearish. We got some bearish sentiment here with the MACD. Let's look at the 5. Let's see, on the 5, it sort of kind of clicked as well, right? So you got all 3 time frames literally telling you, like, hey, we're pretty hot here. I mean, common sense would then say, like, do you really expect the market to be hot across time frames? So let's go ahead and look at the 15 and see what's happening on the 15. Even on the 15, she is very, very, very cooked. She is overbought. Just very, very overcooked. Let's look at the 30 just so we could see. Almost on every time frame, she's definitely in overbought. So you would have to expect that maybe, just maybe, we're in an area where she goes ahead and just retraces a little bit. Okay? Does that make sense? Now, I don't build my trading thesis on the 15 or the 30, but I just like to see, on the larger time frames, if in fact it's just cooked. Tori, absolutely. Day of quick scalps, in and out. That's why I said, if you're in a trade for 5 minutes and you're not in profit, just bail, right? Just bail. You don't want to put yourself in a money-losing situation. All right. So you could look at SPY in a 4-hour, and RSI is hitting that 50 here on the 4-hour. What's happening here on the daily? Looks like RSI is cracking that moving average here on the daily. This is cool. Yeah, you got like just crappy volatility on a daily with the SPY. But she's definitely giving you more than you deserve throughout the day. I mean, there was money made here, guys. There's nothing more I could tell you at this point. Until we get more information, right? Until we get a clean candle break here, we get some more momentum to the upside. But right now, we don't have clear information. In fact, if you're looking at this, the MACD here, this is very, very, very weak on the 1 minute. You would have to see it develop, right? Why leave your money to chance? I mean, you made bank here. Let's go ahead and measure this out. About a 70-cent move, you made bank. TJ Wyatt, hey, good morning. Go fuck your mother as well. Let's see. Nas says, Gabe, if anyone played Apple on the 3 minute, let's take a look at Apple here. Apple did a lot with like the SPY did, but you got that traffic light. She just marched on up. Exit levels. All right, so you exit on a traffic light. You exit on a traffic light. You exit on RSI, right? So if you get an RSI break, you exit. If you get a traffic light, you exit, right? If you got a rejection from a level, you exit. Those are your exit points, right? So if you're coming on down and you get a rejection from a level, you get the RSI that confirms that bounce and or rejection. That's an exit, all right? There you go. Traffic light, level, MACD, convergence. He said it just as good. But also you have RSI, right? Especially if RSI coincides with a level. That's when you want to exit. All right. Let me see here. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So, boys and girls, I have an appointment in 7 minutes. So I have to cut this stream short. I'm going to catch you guys at 12:30. And we will make some more money. But it is lunchtime. And the market's just slowly but surely just trying to find its way out. Okay? Way up. Anyways, I'm signing out. Make sure you guys check out trade1348.com so you can learn the strategies and make some money. It's not really that hard. All right. See you at 12:30. Peace.